Oilers Nation After Dark begins now.
Okay, third time's the charm. The old producer cap right here had to come out. Let me know if you can hear me inside the chat. But my monologue for the third time is going to be pain, sadness, heartbreak. That's all I felt tonight. It was pain all over, as said by the once great Jamie Swinston. I am joined inside the Sports Closet studio with my pal Liam Horrobin.
Mhm.
There was plenty of energy. Nice. They all say it's working now. That's right. I still got the producer juice, baby. That's all right. Hey, the Oilers had difficulties. We have technical difficulties. It's not been a perfect night for everybody. But I am joined by Liam Horrobin. Liam, this is the third time I'm going to ask you, how are you doing today?
Huh.
Well,
I mean, look, we're going to sit here, and obviously this result sucks from the Edmonton Oilers, but let's not act like they actually didn't play that well.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend that the Edmonton Oilers just got stomped by the Winnipeg Jets. The Oilers lost 3-2 in overtime without Connor McDavid.
you got a point.
Through a mistake made by Stuart Skinner, which is blatantly obvious. They also had 40 shots and absolutely dominated them in the third period. This team is lacking, obviously, a little bit of goal scoring in the third period because they don't have a goal at the moment. But it's not all bad. The sky is not falling like a lot of people want to act right now, and I get it. It's very frustrating because they should have won probably 2 of these games they've lost. The world isn't that bad, people.
Yeah,
not that bad.
I'm loving Liam coming in with the optimism. It is hard to find on a night like this, but we're going to dig into this game and we're going to talk about everything that went down. Once again, I said we are live from the Sports Closet studio. We love Sports Closet. Be sure to we get one of these. Liam's kind of hiding it, but we got one of those Heritage Classic jerseys. Or, Liam, your sick jacket.
This is also from Sports Closet.
I knew that.
Mitchell and Ness, I believe it is. There you go. Heritage Classic
Look at that
jersey.
thing.
Pretty dope.
I need to get one of those myself.
dope.
I still can't decide who I'm going to do.
Hopefully we see him at the Heritage Classic.
Oh my God, don't even, Liam. We will get into that in just a moment. I think the big storyline out of the game, sure, it's the loss. Sure, it's Stuart Skinner playing that puck. Like Liam said, it wasn't all bad. It's just another one of those back-breaking Oiler losses. We have all grown very accustomed to knowing they still have not scored a goal yet in the third period, Liam. When is that ever going to give?
Oh, man, I know. Like, it really felt like it's such a weird stat, isn't it? That the Oilers haven't scored a third period goal this season. Like, I don't know. Like, that one felt like there was a lot of opportunities to get a goal in that third period and then to even extend it to overtime. There wasn't that many great chances. Like, I think it was, what was it? Hyman had a decent one.
Yeah.
I think Bush popped it right in front of the net there. It's not there for them right now. But let's not act like, 1-4 is not good. What are they? 1-3-1.
Yeah.
So we got 3 points, probably last in the division. This slumps like this happen in the season. Like last season, the Oilers were terrible for a long, long stretch, and they still managed to come out and get to the playoffs. Like, I get it. It's going to be okay. But it's the third period goals is something that needs to change because we spoke about this in the office too, probably on a show as well. Just like the Oilers are the comeback kings. Like they are the team that like
I never think we're out of a game ever.
No, but like right now it feels like it's like okay, like I think they just need one. They need one to just get out of that groove.
Hey,
I'll
it's
get
like
in the groove, I guess.
It's like a free throw. Just once you see one go in, you got to see one go through the hoop, and then the floodgates will start to open. Just looking into the chat here, it is absolutely buzzing tonight. I laughed at Lance. He said this is a big brain moves by Bordsy. Chat's a mess.
I had to mute people. Some people have been muted.
Hey, Liam's on it. Liam's on the chat today, so you better be careful out there,
I'm not
everybody.
taking this. I've said this on Oilersnation radio, Oilersnation every day too. The chat isn't working. Thank you very much for being like, hey, there's no sound.
Yep.
You don't need to lay it on. This is a free internet show, people.
Yeah, you get what you pay for here at Oilersnation After Dark.
Sometimes shit isn't going to work, and you're going to pay the consequences for it.
But we're going to do it all together, Liam.
Yes, we are.
That's what we do here. I'm just trying to look through more here. OJ Gay said, Aaron trying to get out of talking about another loss. LMAO. Yeah, it would have been nice. That would have been nice. But no, we're here as a family. I say it all the time. We're going to get through this together.
Yeah.
We're in the safe space and we're in the trust tree. Everybody here still. I can tell some people are behind because they're still putting out the sound. Yes, I know you can hear me. I see Captain Felton is in the chat. Sergeant Battle says, I love you, Liam. Thank you. All right, let's get into the scoring summary presented by Crown Royal, ladies and gentlemen. On a night like tonight, this stuff is the stuff that goes down smooth. Everybody knows it. I can't lie to you. I think I've dipped in a little bit. I got some in my cup here. No. Help us get through this loss and wet my throat a little bit here. Get us going. But the scoring summary, once again, brought to you by Crown Royal. The Oilers dropped the game. God, I hate putting this thing back on there.
It's such an awkward one.
Every time. The Oilers lose 3-2 in overtime to the Winnipeg Jets. Connor Hellebuck was able to make 38 saves on 40 shots, while Stuart Skinner made 24 of 28 for an .857 save percentage. Liam, that's an upgrade.
Considering it was 750.
Damn right.
That's it's not bad at all. That's
optimism at its finest, people. So it was a very good start for the boys. I feel like all the Jets' chances really came on the power play in the first. The first goal by Darnell Nurse. Excellent work by the big dogs to break out with the puck. Classic Darnell Nurse. Oh, nice. We see it here on the screen. They're able to work it up the ice. A little, no-looking backhanded passes. Beautiful stuff. Oh, there's not one. There's two. Darnell steps up into the play, does what Darnell does. He buries one. I loved it to start the game because the energy and the vibes were still high. And I was like, sweet. After dark tonight, there's not going to be much Darnell hate, which I still don't think there should be a ton. But it was nice to see him get on the board.
Yeah.
I see you making a face over there.
I just like Darnell Nurse. It's just, you pick at straws with this guy. Like, he has a good game and someone always wants to criticize him. But yeah, I thought Darryl played well tonight. I know there was the obvious goal on the ice, which we'll get to eventually, but great finish by him. Great way for the Oilers to kick off the game.
Yep. And then it was the other most talked about D-man on the Edmonton Oilers. Evan Bouchard bounces back. Well, kind of. At this point, he did with an absolute beautiful Bouch bomb from the point. Mm-hmm. It was very nice, as I said, to see the two most chirped defensemen. Bang, there it is in the back of the net. The two most chirped defensemen each get on the board early. Liam, the positive energy was there to start this game. It was the start we wanted.
It was perfect. Gavin, could we get that Bouchard goal back up for a second, please? I just want everyone to watch Connor Hellebuck in this sequence and look at what the Oilers are able to do to him. If I saw it correctly. Eventually we'll see it. They just get him moving side to side. Like, it's just boom, right across. He's stumbling there, can't get across. Easy tapping goal for Bouchard. That was the only time we saw that on an Oilers power play in this game. I found that they were very congested. Winnipeg did a very good job of limiting time and space. McDavid, whenever he got the puck, he was a little bit too far outside, and Draisaitl was also taking shots a bit too far. The Oilers weren't able to get in
the dirty areas,
squeeze Winnipeg on the power play besides that first goal, and they did a fantastic job of opening up the lanes for themselves from some great passing.
I know the Oilers power play did go 1 for 4 this evening, which for a team like us is a downgrade, but I didn't think it was all really there. I did think it was a little bit sloppy. There were several moments here at the office that we were saying, okay, change them. Let's get power play 2 out there, which I do not say very often as an Edmonton Oilers fan. I didn't even know we had a second power play unit, to be completely honest with you, but it just really wasn't there. I see Eric Richards says the PP sucks this year. I don't know if I would necessarily say it sucks, but
how'd they do tonight?
1 for 4, but as they gave up another shorthanded goal.
That's the thing. And look, I mean, that one's not on.
Yeah.
The 4 defensemen on the 4 players on the 5 players on the ice, however many there are. Stuart Skinner has made a massive error in this. And I don't know if through a lack of miscommunication between him and Nurse, but boy, oh boy.
It was so much hesitancy.
Somebody
Darnell
needs to make a decision in that moment. I was just gonna, your goalie's coming skating out with pads on, massive body equipment, basically the slowest person on the ice besides the other goalie at the other end of the ice. And you're coming out and you're just do I go? Do I not?
Okay, screw it. I'll go.
Someone do something. Someone make a decision. I would have been much more comfortable with Skinner just being in his net and having whoever it was, Nemestikov, I think it was, just scored a goal. Just come in and shoot. Just let him come in and shoot. If you're unsure to come and get the puck, trust your defenseman.
Yeah, you had the angle.
Yeah, trust your defenseman to make a play and trust yourself to make a save.
Yeah, that one was such a backbreaker. I saw people in here in the chat during the game had to come in and fire off some takes, which I love because I check it during the game. And nobody was pleased with that. It was, I keep saying it, backbreaker, but that just sucked all the energy out of that entire building. Continuing, so that was in the second period as well. That's why I really thought the Oilers got outplayed, outworked in the second period, pretty much in every degree. Darnell Nurse gave an absolutely brutal turnover in his own end to Kyle Connor. I thank my stars that Stuart Skinner was able to save that one. Didn't look so bad. we're going to get to some positive here. In the second period, Evander Kane had arguably his best shift of the entire season. He was actually noticeable. He was a ball of energy on the forecheck, doing his thing, and then quickly followed up by the scrap we have been all waiting to see. It was fantastic to watch. Liam, you pointed this out as well. They both took their helmets off.
They did take their helmets off, so it was very old school from the two of them. I also think Kane might have poked Dylan weirdly to start, accidentally, but he caught him, and it's just they both got an extra 2 minutes for that. Unsportsmanlike conduct for not having helmets. But if you watch here, as Kane goes to grab, he weirdly that pokes at him a little bit. He's trying to grab the jersey, of course, but good fight by Kane. Everyone wants us to talk about it. Apparently, he made some comments in the second period. To be completely honest with you all, we did not see it.
Yeah.
Because I was watching the Sherwood Park Crusaders dominate the Okotoks Oilers tonight. 6-1 win.
What up?
Come on, boys. 9 in a row.
Hey, we're both Sherwood Park boys.
Yep,
Let's go. Nice. We even did a good high five. I was very worried we were going to mess that up.
But this is what supposedly Evander Kane said. Not supposedly. This is what he said. He said that he played, paraphrasing, I guess, played so little in the first period that he decided to go and sit in the penalty box for 7 minutes in the second period. Look, I think if the others were 4-1, I don't think people would be taking this as much as they are. Evander Kane is a very sarcastic person. I think he's just trying to make jokes about hey, I wanted to be impactful a little bit too. What do you think? I
think Evander Kane just sometimes, hey, he's like any one of us. He says things and it just kind of comes out. Yeah. It's like me saying Neil Pionk, but I love saying it. But I don't know, his mouth kind of gets him in trouble as well. The other day after the season, right? He was like, oh, we're 32 out of 32. Sky's falling. At the time, I didn't hate that comment. The more you start to lose games, obviously, Oilers fans and the media are going to pick that quote out of context from a while ago, bring it back in. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes just things can be left unsaid. I love that he took the fight. I love that it got the energy going. He had some shots on the nets. It was all going well. And then Stuart Skinner decided to do his best Mike Smith impression tonight. He was so hesitant to go for that puck. There's two guys there. You're on the power play. I don't even know where to begin. I don't want to keep picking on Skinner, but this, I think he had a good game. He made a lot of saves that we needed him to say. It's the same argument I make for Darnell. He can play a great game, but when you have these glaring errors that are so brutal to look at, that's all your mind kind of really remembers. And I understand if Oilers fans are frustrated tonight, Liam.
Rightfully so. I think that is the most frustrating part of the game. Because I think anyone who actually watched the game, you can honestly say that if you really think about it and say the Oilers weren't that bad tonight. Yeah. They really weren't. In that moment, we just broke them. And unfortunately, a similar thing happened against Vancouver when they lost 4-3 and they allowed to go late. Skinner and Brown and Ekholm on that play, a comedy of errors led to a goal. Look back at the Philadelphia game too, down 2-1, and you allow a shorthanded goal, which was probably savable if Jack Campbell had just played it a little bit differently. And now this happens. I mean, you're not going to have a perfect season.
Nope.
Goaltenders aren't going to have a perfect season. But unfortunately, when a goalie makes a mistake that bad, you got to pick it apart. And it was probably the worst mistake of Skinner's young career so far. I don't want to label that so heavily because he's played maybe 60 games maybe. But
we got to go back and watch all the tape.
Yeah, it's man, it's not good. The Oilers got a point tonight after making a bad error against one of the best goalies in the league. It's not that bad.
Yep.
It's not that good.
I see people here keeping with the positivity. Nate Hay said, consolation prize for Oilers for not having a bad game in a loss.
Yeah.
Hey, we got 1 point. I guess that's what we're gonna hang my hat on here.
Yeah.
But continuing in the third period, I did think it was pretty funny to see Kane and Brendan Dillon, I believe, again jawing to start the third period. I was like, fuck it, man. Let him go again. Let's get some energy back in this building. They simply did not. The Oilers it was a theme for me all night. I felt like they simply couldn't complete a pass, whether it was 5 feet, whether it was 2 feet, whether it was cross ice, whatever they were trying to do. It just wasn't happening. Connor Hellebuck had a couple excellent poke checks tonight. Also, I noticed from him. I hate a damn good time poke check. It's just it looks so good. and he's a smart guy. He's a very good goaltender. We knew this going in. We knew that he had bad numbers coming in. And of course, what does he do? Stops 38 of 40. Nice little 950 save percentage. Connor Hellebuyck tonight. Did the Oilers get goalied again? Yeah.
I think it's goalied is such an interesting term because when I think of goalied, I personally think of like when there's some average, goalie stands on his head.
I don't think we were goalied.
Kind of like Casey DeSmith.
Yeah.
I think Connor Hellebuyck just had a Connor Hellebuyck night. I don't want to skip too far ahead because I know you've got a show run.
Oh, hey.
But we do have an update on Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
From Jay Woodcroft said he hasn't spoke to the trainers about it properly yet, but he said it appears that it is a muscular injury for Connor McDavid, but wasn't much of an update, but it's something.
What does that mean? Somebody tell me now. Do any of you have a medical degree in the chat? Let me know instantly.
A lot of
take my muscles, Connor. I'm not using them.
It's clearly a hip. I don't want to speculate too much, but he's holding his hip. So I think we can label it as somewhere within that area. I know they showed on the broadcast the collision he had with Evander Kane. But
that was his ankle.
More like a knee, knee downwards, I would say. Look, I'm no doctor. I've never been diagnosed with a hip injury. I don't believe it or not. But a lot of people are saying hip flexor. Maybe. I don't know. That's a lingering one. Obviously, we just saw Matthias Ekholm go through it. Look, it's early in the season. There's always a chance that your players can get injured. But let's not forget what happened the last time Connor McDavid had to miss a bit of time. Didn't Leon Draisaitl win the MVP? Am I correct in thinking that? Am I wrong? Is that the same timeline? Someone let me know. Also, someone let us know if Brendan Dillon and Evander Kane are teammates.
Oh, yeah. We also want to know this because they were jawing so much. Me and Liam weren't sure, and we weren't going to look this up. We put that to the chat. Can you tell me if Evander Kane and Brendan Dillon were teammates at one point? Yeah. Whether that be on I think the Sharks would be my guess. But I don't know. I'm seeing I see some guy in here. I think his name's Riley. He's getting shirt pretty hard right now.
Riley?
I think it's all going, or at least it's all coming in so fast. There's so many people in here. Once again, thank you for joining us. We love that you come in the Oilers Nation YouTube. Be sure to drop a like. Make sure you're subscribed. Get all the Oilers Nation content you can ask for. Kane is taking a step backwards. Man, Brad Bay, LTIR McDavid and grab a D-man and another forward boom, win the cup. What the fuck? What are we even doing here, people? Yes, with the Sharks. Yes, San Jose. Yes, they were. There we go. Okay, we got our answer there.
I thought they were either on the Sharks or Winnipeg. Obviously, Kane played for both teams.
We're going to get into the good, bad, and oily in just a second. But one thing I wanted to bring up that I know my pal Liam is very passionate about. The wave in the third period of a tied game. Are we kidding people? What are we doing?
Look, I'm all about going to the hockey game and having a fantastic evening. Any sporting event, really. Have a great night. Do whatever you got to do. But if the game is tied 2-2 and they're cycling the puck in your zone, do not, under any circumstance, start the wave. Under any circumstance. The wave is not welcome in that moment of the game. There's a list of criteria, people, and the wave needs to, I would say, 2 minutes left in the game, you're up by 3. You know, maybe it's 30 seconds left. You're up by 1 or something.
I'm okay. If we're up by 3, I'm okay.
Oh, just like, come on, like, read the room. Read the room.
And the momentum was just not on our side. I was like, maybe they were trying to create some momentum, create some energy. I applaud your effort. It's just a tough look.
Sing a song. Like, dude, let's go Oilers. Anyone? Come on. But there's like, you know what? We can look through the history of the wave a little bit here. And there was a moment last season on the Oilers. They were tied 2-2 with Vancouver. The wave began, the Oilers lost 5-2, 4-2, one of those things. It was in the third period. Also, I'm 99% sure that the wave began. I know there's a thing how it started in Edmonton, but the way I know it is it started at the 1986 World Cup in Mexico, and some people call it the Mexican wave. And I believe it was formed when people were bored at games, and they were like, we need to entertain ourselves. Should not be bored in a 2-2 hockey game.
The game is plenty entertaining.
Come on.
I see some people in here really agreeing with you. Corey D, all capitals, said, get him, Liam. That's right, baby. Steven said, you don't do the wave unless it's a blowout. Brad said, waving goodbye to winning. Hey, watch that. Losh, all capitals. Why are they doing the wave at that time? Dude, I don't have an answer for you, but that's the most we're going to think about that because it's not on the fans. It's on the players. And with that, young Gavin, comes the good, bad, and oily, presented by Alberta Blue Cross. There's only one thing better than sharing memories, and that's making new ones, Liam. Sorry, take two. Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance protects your memories and more wherever travel takes you. Visit ab.bluecross.ca/travel for more information. All right, let's get into it, Gavin. The good this evening. It's the dogs. It's the dogs on the blue line. Nurse and Bouchard. Man, we asked for a quick start. We got a quick start. We had a nice, solid 2-0 lead at the end of the first period. Nurse steps up into the play, rips one. Bouchard on the blue line, rips one. It was so positive. I was so excited to read the chat tonight. And it's gone. Liam?
Yeah, I mean, great start. And I'm glad it was those two that were able to find the back of the net. I don't want to turn this into a negative, but at the same time, like, it's been back-to-back home games now. The Oilers have had great starts, but they need to find a way to maintain that rhythm in the game. And again, they did a good job, and Hellebuck made some good saves tonight. But damn, you've got to capitalize on the power plays. They were handing them out like it was Halloween candy in the second period. Like, come on, you gotta get one. That power play is lethal. But the good is that these two found the back of the net, especially Bouchard. I think he actually needed one pretty bad. Nurse, I don't think he's been as bad as people have been
not at all.
These 5 games.
Dude, I've been loving Darnell Nurse. He's absolutely not the problem for me. Let me know in the chat. What have you guys thought of Darnell Nurse so far this season? I'm very curious. Try and be unbiased. People. I see Occidental in here. Said good Skinner, bad Skinner.
I know.
We might have something for you in just a minute.
Oily Skinner. Like, come on. Draisaitl tonight. Darnell Nurse tonight. On 5-on-5, outshot Winnipeg 11-3 and was in the ice for 1 goal. No goals against 5-on-5, of course, because it was a short-handed goal. But the other's top defenseman. Second, Evan Bouchard, 12. Great. I don't know. Like, no, so I know some people don't always like these analytic numbers, but I'll just talk to them about them quickly. Like, Nurse's Corsi was 23-7 tonight. That's a pretty good night. So it just didn't go that way. Eventually it will go that way, people.
Look at that. We're getting some Nurse loving here. Sergeant Battle said Nurse has been good. Magic Meatbag. What a name. I love it. I just wish Darnell wasn't paid as much as he is. Dukes. Nurse is way better than the Doomers say. Yes, I agree. But I'm sure there will be other nights where Darnell Nurse gets the hate. So we're going to enjoy a little bit of positivity with the good. Liam, comes the bad.
Yes.
Gavin, it's the most obvious. This is the easiest bad I could have ever picked. I think my heart literally snapped in half when we saw him not go on the ice for 3-on-3 overtime. That was the panic setting in. I did say, hey, is he going to be good enough to maybe get going for the shootout there? Well, we didn't even get that far, so we don't know. We've heard it's muscular from Jay Woodcroft. I don't know. I said before that the panic button was not out, but the drawer was opened. If depending on what this news could be, I could be pulling out the panic button. Liam, do you agree?
If I'm pulling out the panic button? No.
Nice.
I'm just not there yet. And
I meant if McDavid's hurt.
I still know, like, I mean, if he's
You're a better man
out for a while, then yes, like, we've got to be worried here. But like, the Oilers still have Draisaitl who can carry this team. Nugent-Hopkins was a 100-point man and actually had a pretty good start to the season, but I just can't get on the bandwagon of like giving up on this team if McDavid is out. I 100% understand it, but they will be fine. The Oilers are not a 1-3-1 team. They're better than this. It's not good. It's not good by any means, but we'll see what happens. The Oilers coming up next. Road trip to Minnesota on Tuesday, right? And then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, New York Rangers on Thursday. And of course, the Heritage Classic.
Yeah,
so we got a week. We got a week here to kind of wait it out and see how he's going to be. But boy, oh boy, that would be miserable. I don't think we'll see him Tuesday or Thursday. I really don't. I don't think we'll see him either of those days.
I've got my doubts on Tuesday here. I see Corb asked, is it panic mode yet if they lose the next game against the Wild? I'm not even going to think about that. I'm not even going to put that energy in my brain. That's a future Aaron problem. That's a future Aaron problem right there. I see Jeremy, we're not firing Woodcroft. Get that out of here. It's not going to happen. I see everybody in the chat agrees.
Even other Jeremy.
Jeremy Lebrecht said, WTF, other Jeremy. That's Jeremy on Jeremy violence right there. I don't want that in the chat. I don't want to see that. I want to see everybody getting along. But I don't want to think about the bad. I know I'm going to be thinking about this when I fall asleep tonight. But the Oilie tonight was our fella, Evander Kane, finally getting in the fight. This is as oily as it gets. The eye poke or the eye scratch, that's oily. It was good to see him do it. We already kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but that's what you need to see from your power forward guy. And you get demoted to the third line. Hey, that's a third line move right there. Tossing off the helmets was such a sick image. I miss the old days of gladiator hockey players out there tossing them. But watching two dudes crash on the ice, we said before, when they have their helmets off, as a man who loves watching brutal sports injuries from time to time, I'm a sicko like that. Sue me. I have a hard time watching guys take their helmets off and hit the ice.
Yeah, that one is a tough one. I'll never forget the George Peros one.
Oh.
That was a brutal one. Three things quickly. Number one, we didn't say this off the top, and I don't know if you guys do this, but we need to get 97 likes.
Oh, yes.
We got to pray for our boy here. We got it. 97.
97 likes is the like goal, people.
So let's climb up there a little bit. Number two, great fight by Evander Kane.
That was sick.
I don't frankly care what he said in the intermission. I liked what he did on the ice. It was a great shift before that as well. Great forecheck-in. Had a very good chance on that play too. And then, was fired up. Clearly took whatever happened in the first period very personally. And it was funny. There was a bunch of us watching the game here tonight, Nation HQ. And I was like, oh, Evander Kane's playing.
It was that second period shift where he was all over the forecheck.
And then he got in a fight, and then we obviously didn't see him for a while. But he did all right tonight. And number three, and this was brought up on our new hockey fight show, Department of Discipline.
It's sick. If you haven't tuned in, if you haven't heard Jay Rosehill go off on a rant about fighting in the NHL,
it's amazing.
I'm telling you, people, you're missing out. This guy, as a former NHL fighter, he knows the biz inside and out.
Yeah.
Stud.
So that one's with Ryan Pinder as well, out of Flames Nation, and obviously Jay Rosehill of Leafs Nation. Fun facts about Jay Rosehill. I don't know if it's ever been brought up a show. So he played in the English Elite League, and he played for Manchester Storm, which is where I'm from. But I never saw him play. But they also used to be called the Manchester Phoenix. If I ever run into Jay, I'll have to let him know.
The more you know.
But Jay Rosehill on that podcast said he's like, old school hockey is slowly making his way back into the league. We've seen a lot of good fights. Ryan Reeves obviously has been bumping his way around. There was a good one tonight to England, I believe his name is, on the LA Kings, if I'm not mistaken, and Trent Frederick, whoever it was Frederick versus someone. Great tilt as well. The others have had 3 fights this year already. Yep. If that doesn't show almost a level of frustration to where this team is at right now, I don't know what does. So credit to Evander Kane. We've been screaming for him to be effective these last 4 games prior to this one. Comes out, doesn't get a goal. I think his best game of the season.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely the most noticeable. I laughed that during the second period when you said, hey, there's Evander Kane. I was legitimately like, oh, yeah, hey, there he is. Let's go. And it was all kind of up from there for him. I got a question here for Fort Sask Ryan. You said OMG Dry's comment when asked about Skinner misplay actually made me laugh. Could you please fill me in on what that comment was? I can't really be watching after hours right now, so that's the family environment right there. Just unpacking more in the chat. Somebody said, go Belfast Giants.
Yeah, they're kind of the top team in that league. So the Manchester Storm is a funny little story. So we used to go, they're not very good. They were actually called the Manchester Phoenix. So then their owner essentially made a new league so that they could be good. And I don't think they won it the first year, which is funny. They left the British Elite League to go into their own league to win, and then they lost. So there you go.
I kind of respect the move to make your own league. You probably make your own trophy and everything like that. But moving along in the show here, it is time for the DoorDash hot and cold performer of the game. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code all capitals Nation25. The 2 and the 5 are not in capitals, just the 6 letters. Had to explain that one. But my I'm doubling down tonight on this one, and I saw this was in the chat earlier. my hot and cold performer of the game is Stuart Skinner. It's such a mixed bag tonight. I really did think he was playing well. He was making saves, maybe not the hardest ones, but he made them here and there. It's just that back-breaking goal right there. It hurt my soul, and it delivered. It DoorDash pain. It DoorDash pain to all the Oilers fans out there. Liam, do you have a hot or a cold performer tonight? Good question, Aaron.
My hot performer. Do you know what? Like, I kind of laughed about him, and this is a bit of a niche one. Matthias Janmark on the second line actually wasn't that bad. And
every time I see his face when they just cut to it, I'm like, I don't know. I love him.
Yeah, I love him. He's, but he was decent tonight. So I'll say Janmark just to go a little bit out of the way. Do you think most of them played pretty decently, all things considered? The bad, I mean, there's only one place to go, and it's the McDavid injury, isn't it? Like, it's just not good. It's just not good.
Gavin, do you have any hot or cold performers this evening?
Cold performer.
McDavid's
hip.
McDavid's hip is performing ice cold.
Oh man, like I think obviously the McDavid injury is number one, but just that play, I just keep going back to the Stu play. Obviously, like he made some big saves for us today, but that play was kind of that turning point, so to speak, today.
Yeah, it was an absolute backbreaker. And everybody in the chat, be sure to wish my guy Gavin a happy birthday today. Give it up for Gav.
We might be going to Greta.
We don't have too much to celebrate right now, so I'm going to choose to ride
Worst
with
birthday ever.
Gavin, how old are you today?
24. The big 2-4.
When I was 24.
Just a young buck. Hey, Liam. Dude, I'm older than you too. I'm the oldest one in this room.
Actually, I have a new hot performer, and it just got ignited in the chat by when Captain said has, but Haas, and then that reminded me of that sick slap shot break.
My god!
Yeah, because you called him Kane Haas. Yeah,
that was unbelievable. Just an absolute blast. 94 miles per hour, I believe they clocked that. Incredible stuff.
Way wide.
Way wide. I think
Yepper was there.
Downtown rink. Oh, crazy.
Nice. I see Ryan Sharp's hot performer of the game is Liam and Aaron and Gavin for guiding us through this tough time. Hey, it's a dirty job.
We're here through all 82 games, man.
It's a dirty job. Someone's got to do it. They never said it was going to be easy. And here we are. But it helps to have our friends Crown Royal right behind my head. I see all the happy birthdays are coming in. Yes, it was a hockey game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As well, I want to give another shout out to one of our other new awesome sponsors, and that's Wendy's, baby. We've got from October, or no, I think it's the 23rd. We're encouraging signups for the Daily Face-Off Daily Survivor Pool. Gavin, you know some details about this? Probably much better than I do.
Yeah,
I know it's a fun little game.
Yeah, so whoever gets first at the end of the season, you get a $5,000 prize, and they're also giving out 5 G's, and then they're giving out weekly prizes like free food, that kind of thing. So make sure you sign up on Monday. It's gonna be fun. I know Frank Cervalli's getting in on it too. So go head to head with an NHL analyst. Should be a good time.
I can't wait to kind of see where my knowledge stacks up in this office with everybody.
It's gonna be fun.
Puck Doku's been a fun thing around this office of trying to compete.
Yeah,
I know I'm starting 0-2 in our fantasy league, so no good on that aspect for me.
Hey, Liam, I'm playing you in fantasy hockey this week.
I got absolutely destroyed. And I lost last week because Tyler had the Vancouver stack, and obviously they had the 8-1 outburst against us. So, yeah, not a good time for G-Baby Nation.
See, it's not all bad, people. I'm kicking this guy's ass in fantasy
There
hockey.
you go.
And massively.
You want to get, I know, I really am. And you want to improve your evening? Order a couple bacon cheeseburgers from Wendy's. Maybe a little comfort food tonight. I've been going off about how I love the JBCs, but I got to try something else here. I'm also a Baconator guy. You Wendy's guy at all, Liam?
Oh,
their spicy chicken, I think, is my go-to. Big spicy chicken guy.
Again, I think I've said this on every podcast since I've heard about it, but apparently the taco salad is to die for.
Yeah,
I might have to
try.
I have to dive into that.
Yeah.
Yep, damn right it is. I guess continuing with our negative theme of the night, Gavin.
Yep.
Betway. 19 plus. Please play responsible. We were responsible. We are 19 plus. And we did not hit our bets. We went tonight. We had the Draisaitl anytime goal was what the chat voted on. Once again,
he had so many chances, though.
If you're new here on Pre-Gaming with Bordsy, I get my friend Gavin to give us 3 bets that are heavily supported by stats. We throw them up here for Bordsy's bankroll. We throw it in a YouTube poll. We let the chat discuss and vote. And today it was Draisaitl anytime goal.
Yeah.
He had so many chances.
I
around.
know.
He was buzzing all over the place. Like
Every time I had a
Leon
shot, I
always
think
is.
you and I looked at each other in the office. We're like, we want it so bad, but
It was good. It
No
was
good.
plus. It was
No
plus
good.
money at 125, which
Yeah.
I thought was pretty juicy. For
I know.
a guy
It
like
was
Leon
good.
Draisaitl.
Yeah.
We had Bouchard to score 1+ power play
which he
point.
ended up doing. But
Whoops, probably should have
we
rode
should have
with
voted for
that
that
one.
one.
And Hyman to score 1+ assist. Did Hyman get one?
No.
No.
Looking? No, he did not.
Nope.
Yeah, it was Bouchard and Nurse with goals.
Bush was a one.
Connor
and
and
only
Leon
today.
with 2 apples each. Liam, did you make any money on Betway this evening?
No.
That's it, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
it. That's it.
That's kind of nice. You know
The
it's
big
going to be.
NO.
That's exactly. What do I see else here in the chat? In the chat, I may need some JBCs after this game. I do love dry post reaction. Oh damn it! Did somebody say it in there? I can't keep my eye on this thing. Oh, I got too many lovely supporting Oilers Nation citizens.
You guys see
in
that
there.
one comment? My bet is Gavin can push 4 plates aside.
Is that true?
From D Hux.
Yeah, but is it true?
No,
No.
that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight.
My guy Liam here sure can. I see Jeremy on his villain arc. Yeah,
Jeremy wants to be a main character today. One more, Jeremy. One more.
Why I oughta.
Oh man.
Let me know in the chat if there's anything else that has kind of stood out to you from the game that we did not talk about. I think we've kind of covered it all here and there.
Yep.
That's it.
What
right
do
there.
you do now? Like, obviously, McDavid's out. Let's just assume
Let's-
he's
For sure.
assume
Like,
the worst.
Fair to
definitely on
assume
Tuesday.
he won't
Definitely on
play
Tuesday.
Let's be pessimistic here.
So you still don't have room to call anybody up because you have no cap space.
Yeah.
Adam Ernie's going to slot back in.
Oh, center one. Let's
He's
go.
back.
You probably go Draisaitl, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, that was stupid. Hyman. I think you got to put
Holloway.
Holloway.
All the
that
way. Yeah,
point.
you got to give him a chance up there for
I think
sure.
Within the top 6.
I think I'm having Nuge center the second line.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then Fogle in the top 6. I mean, a lot of people have said it tonight. Connor Brown probably needs to find a step here. Like,
Yeah, who do you throw
Yes.
on that line?
Well, Connor Brown's going to go on the third line right now
Yeah, so
with McLeod.
your
and-
second's Nuge, Fogel, Kane.
Well, his second probably stays the same.
With Janmark, you're still
Nuge,
gonna keep
Fogle,
Janmark?
and yeah, I think he earned his position to stay there
I
tonight.
don't think he lost.
So
it.
your first line would be Draisaitl in the middle, center in Zach Hyman, probably Evander Kane, right?
Or I think Dylan Holloway.
I think they'll push Holloway up to the back to the third line, then they'll go Holloway, McLeod,
Let me know in the chat what you think the top
Brown.
6 should be.
and then you go Adam Ernie, Derek Ryan as your 2 on the fourth line, and you rotate 11 and 7. I mean, look, it's not like we've got many options here. I'm like, I don't want anyone to come up because that means something bad has happened.
All right, I see it here. Jeremy said, I hope you all lost lots of money gambling.
Very well.
And bye, Jeremy. Bye.
He gone.
He go. I don't know if I just put him in timeout
I
or if
did
I
it.
actually kicked him out.
Jeremy's in a timeout.
See ya, buddy.
2 minutes.
See ya, buddy.
See a
Get
big
in the
J.
sin bin. You and Evander Kane can both hang out there because I doubt you got any ice time in your beer league game, Jeremy.
Like,
Boom, baby.
how
Got
first
him.
of all, 17 likes away from
Oh, yep.
the
Keep it going.
McDavid prayer. So let's get up to that. Secondly, let us know how you would kind of line things up in the chat right now. Look, I don't know what the waivers are going to be like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oilers might want to consider
Zach
grabbing
McEwen
someone.
coming up?
That Liam,
Oh, he cleared.
that
cleared.
Liam Foodie, who you didn't
You?
make it through. He went to Nashville. Yeah, me.
Liam's a foodie.
He would have been a great addition. I do like Derek Ryan. I thought was pretty decent tonight.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, he was.
The Oilers just need to add a little bit more speed on that fourth line. I think whenever it comes back, like Adam Ernie, again, to his credit, he's done what he can. I just don't know how much more he has to really offer for this team.
Sorry.
So they might just have to go and find somebody else on the waiver wire with today, tomorrow, the day after, whatever day it is.
That's a future me problem.
Luck,
I gotta sleep on this one. It is Saturday night, and that means Greta Bar-Yeg, I'm sure, is gonna be bumping right now. There's gonna be lots of angry Oiler fans in there. Hey, get a couple beers in you. It all goes down smoother. We're in this together. Didn't go the way we wanted, but I got a little optimism for you. Hey, tomorrow's my favorite day of the week. It's Sunday. There's football.
Oh, baby.
Commercial
All day.
free, 7 straight hours. Hang out with Scott Hansen on Red Zone. It's going to be a great time. Liam, any Betway bets tomorrow? I said on the pregame show earlier, I do not understand why the Detroit Lions are currently plus money and the underdogs.
Yeah.
Get that while you can, people.
Got a healthy Gibbs coming back tomorrow.
Yep.
No
Mhm.
Montgomery.
No
though,
Montgomery,
which is a
but-
bummer. Yeah, I like the Lions tomorrow. I think they're still +3 last time.
When I
Yeah.
looked for
Yeah,
Yeah, they
pregame,
are
it
still
was-
+3.
+3. That's strong line. Ravens haven't been that convincing this year. +135. What else are we kind of like in here? Oh, I'll bet against the New England Patriots. That's for sure.
Hey,
I'm -8.5.
you just wait. Guys, Mac Jones masterclass coming in. National champion Mac Jones? Yes, it is.
I
Your face, Gavin.
I might even, like.
Dude,
I'll tell you one game I won't be watching tomorrow is the Vegas Raiders versus Chicago Bears.
Complete Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's not even
Battle of the
Fieldsy.
backups.
It's not
Battle
even
of the
Fieldsy.
backups. You got Brian Hoyer under center for the Raiders.
former Patriot,
Hey,
Super Bowl champion.
I might put a couple of bucks on Brian Hoyer. Why not?
And we finally get a good Sunday night game this week, too.
Finally,
Oh,
It's
it's
gonna
going
be
to
a
be
good one.
sick. If you didn't know,
I'm
it's
going
the
Miami to cover.
Miami Dolphins at the Philadelphia
Yeah.
Eagles. I love a good night game in Philadelphia, too.
Oh,
Because
it's going to be good.
sometimes the mics pick up
Oh,
just
man.
little bits of the
fans
Philly
there-
scumbags letting it out there.
Yeah, the fans of Lincoln Financial are crazy.
I like to think of the idea of Gavin walking into the link with
Man,
your
I think we were
CeeDee
talking
Lamb
about-
jersey. You
I
can
would
spit on.
I would not make it out of there.
Rightfully so.
I would not.
That's as we said, you're going to the Commanders game for the nation vacation in
Yes.
Seattle. Said,
Yeah.
do not wear your CeeDee Lamb jersey.
No.
Yeah,
But
no
you seem like the
kidding.
kind of guy that maybe would kind of respect that move. Gavin, anything you like tomorrow on the betting front?
I just kind of was previewing the Sunday night game. I like Miami. They're looking like the best team in football. You got Tyreek Hill, who's almost at 1,000 yards already, which is absolutely insane.
nuts.
Two is playing great ball, so I'm picking them to cover. I might even sprinkle a little bit on the Miami Dolphins money line.
I'm going to bet the Detroit Red Wings in tomorrow too. They're one of the best teams in the league right now, and they play
Yeah.
Calgary, and they're plus money at home.
Yeah, like I watched their game against Ottawa today, and they
Yeah.
look good, man.
They're good.
They look
They're a
really good.
team.
My favorite part of
The
that
Brinket
game
did nothing.
was watching DeBrincat get absolutely ran over by
Two-
Ridley Gregg. It
Yeah.
was sick. It was
2
awesome.
minutes for hitting hard.
Yeah, literally. Like I was like,
Yeah.
what was that call, man? Like
Yeah.
that's hockey right there. I see it keep people in here. Captain Felton,
Captain.
Gavin. Perfect. He said garbage game. I mean to Bears. Corey said it's Ryan Gingy time. Spencer Taylor said 2-anon. Hey, that's the name of my fantasy football team. Hey, Captain Felton liked it. I see we're at 92 likes. I just need 5 more people. Wow, it's 11:45 at night right now. Holy cow.
We went
Yeah.
for almost an hour.
Time flies by. We had a little technical difficulties to start the show, but hey,
And we had a lot to go over.
Hey.
So
there's a lot in this game. I
Yeah.
know Oilers fans need it. I still see there's 140 of you roughly in here. I appreciate every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, but I think that's all I can talk about this game.
we're back on
tonight.
Tuesday.
Do you know what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm going to go to Elk Island National Park.
Oh,
Great.
Hey.
If you ever look for a nice place to go there. I'm going to turn my phone off and go for a walk.
nice.
During football.
Sometimes you just got to refresh.
Totally.
You're
fair.
a better man than I am.
It's been an absolute 2 weeks for this hockey team. It sounds like it's not going to get much better. If McDavid can't
I
play.
feel like I've aged 3 years in like these 2 weeks of doing
Do you
these
know what?
shows.
There's one thing here. It was just an.
Hey, we hit the like goal.
Hey.
Woo. Connor McDavid, healthy season moving forward.
You grind all year. And then you go through the summer and you're like, boy, oh boy, I needed this. And then the season starts to creep up again. You're like, okay, like whatever. I'm pretty
Yeah.
refreshed. I'm 3 weeks in and I'm out of here. Like I gotta chill out. Holy moly.
Yep, I see in here. Ravina said, thanks, Bud, for saying ladies too. Hey, I love the ladies in the chat. I love the dudes in the chat. I love everybody
For
in the
sure.
chat. I love all of you. I see Gavin Nation is absolutely trending in the chat right now. See, it's Gavin's birthday, and I think we need to go maybe pound a couple suds at Greta. So, hey, if you're out on the town and you're thinking about it, come on down to Greta. It's Gavin's birthday. Come buy him a beer. Tell him he's handsome. Tell him he's strong. Tell him he can bench 4 plates.
On each side, apparently.
On each side. That's just insane. That's, yeah. Well,
That's a lot of weight.
I appreciate every one of you. For my pal Liam, who you can catch Monday at noon, Oilersnation every day. I will also be there. And you can listen to my buddy Tyler try and break that one down. I hope we get Spicy Tyler. We've been getting a lot of
He
Spicy
will be
Tyler
making an
lately.
appearance for sure.
I kind of know how to just get it out of him.
Yep.
Just a little bit, just enough. So I love each and every one of you. Once again, a big shout out to our sponsors, Alberta Blue Cross, Crown Royal, DoorDash, Wendy's, and Betway 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Thank you for watching another edition of Oilers Nation After Dark, and we will catch you, Liam, on the flippity flip.
As well.
See you guys.
See ya.